Well, hello, ladies and gents, and welcome back for part 114, if I'm correct about that, of Legend of Month. Last time we resumed doing our weekly question mark campaign, with going on pretty much just a rundown of everyone's stuff that they did during the long intermission, which was probably definitely longer IRL than it was in game. So there's that. People got various stuff that I'm not going to bother recapping because we'll maybe see him at some point. Or maybe we'll never see him at all, like that one time that Midir buffed the Shield Master feat to allow him to bonus action Shield Bash, and I don't think he's done it but maybe 5 times the entire campaign. Anyway, you made your way beamed down to the planet here in what you eventually learned was called Old Jack's Pass. Found or spotted some people of the undead persuasion who were marching towards the east. You decided that undead are almost certainly not good things to let run around, and you were correct about that. You proceeded to have the high ground and take them out
morally.
In multiple ways. And were able to take them down pretty convincingly. Proceeded to decide to head in the direction they were going because, I don't know, maybe they were going towards something good. It wound up to be something that was maybe good, maybe bad, depending on your perspective. It was a subdivision of folks who were living on the kind of outskirts of a town named DeColin, if I'm remembering that off the top of my head, maybe wrong. One of these deals where, well, there's a big city, but you don't like to live in the big city, you like to live out in the suburbs and whatnot. So that's normally an okay idea, except for the way that there's an undead plague upon the land, so that's a little bit risky. Found out from some woman who was out walking her dog at the crack of dawn that there's apparently a military encampment somewhere near here, and they generally keep the roads and whatnot safe enough from undead. Didn't see any military folks between patrols. Yep. Between the point where you took out the undead folks and this place of residence, so that might have been really bad had you not acted, which was definitely something you could have done. You were given some vague directions to where this military encampment was. I don't believe anyone in the town knew anyone specifically in it, as you know, you probably may not know your local officers' names as well. Basically, it boiled down to head on back to the this one map that was made for the starting area here. And then it should be north at the fork with the big tree, which was like 300 feet tall. I forget. It's in the notes. Soltoran, rather than climbing it like a peasant would, just flew up there because that's something you can do with spell slots to recharge and a 15-minute short rest. Seemed to be the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was in fact. Whatever, the height of the tree may or may not be relevant. Anyway, we did in fact leave off with some figures approaching with what I would describe as a cone of light. Appeared to be. Currently Soltoran, and who else is flying? Possibly Tyr.
The Rock.
Me.
Here, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. The S's and T's are flying, and the M's are not.
Mm-hmm.
You mean up, like, to get to the top of the tree or something?
Dig to depth.
If so, then yes, Tyr is.
Okay. Cool. And from the top, you were able to see, as dawn is pretty much here. It's still like mildly dim, but not too bad. Nonetheless, you do see some figures approach. Thing to make it less dim.
Is Old Jack's Pass like make out plain just on that one?
It might be. Is that how it's done? No, it isn't. That made it darker. Oh, no, it's because I didn't click save.
Might be the reason.
Although I don't know if that did anything either. Disregardless. Oh no, that definitely made it lighter.
I think it made it darker.
Anyway, you guys all have some degree of dark vision, and you see approaching some folks who eventually come into view. And I have good news: they don't appear to be undead. Bad news is
They
One
got
of
their
them-
weapons from.
they in fact do not have weapons drawn.
Oh, good. Unless they're artists, in which case they can draw them instantly.
Right. You see this, what appears to be light emitting from a cylinder, which some of you might call a flashlight.
He's scooting towards us on the ground on his butt. Oh no.
Dave's not here, so we don't have to call it a torch.
That's true. That must be really confusing.
Uh-huh.
Oh my. Granted, most D&D campaigns, you don't have flashlights, but no. Around about this time, now, bear in mind this flashlight absolutely is not reaching to the top of the tree, so they don't necessarily have any additional light on Soltoran up there. But it is light enough to kind of see. If you look at the sky, it's mostly light at this point. It's like closing in on 6 a.m., so it's pretty alright. See some of them whisper around.
Hank and I, if Hank was flying, I don't actually know if he was flying or not, but we descend back down the tree. As
Some-
they approach.
Some more huddling up. The guy leading the way with the flashlight, who is not actually, orientated like that. It's just, rotation of conical lights and whatnot. Hail there!
The weather's quite clear, actually.
Indigo, you're super quiet.
I was eating soup.
Well, that's
So I
that's a
pushed
good
my
reason.
Are they?
That's why he was super quiet.
Are they? Right.
Uh,
Are they wearing uniforms?
They are indeed wearing uniforms. They appear to be dressed uniformly, which is
Are they
generally
color-coded?
they're dressed in uniforms. In fact, that might be why they call them uniforms.
Are you with the military?
Yes, we are.
Great.
Get 'em.
We're looking for the base. Military base. Whatever.
They approach further, a little cautious, as you might expect. Could you who are you guys? You not to be offensive, but you look a little not from around here.
Yeah. We're
the Planetary Emancipation Squadron.
we're with the
Infinity
council.
Nomads. Pessin.
The council of the thing.
The Great Council.
Yeah, we're with the Great Council. We're
Not affiliated with Zelda in any way.
here to try to help you with your undead problem.
Talk to each other for a moment. Not sure I know of any undead, or not undead, Great Council.
I've never seen an undead.
Seen plenty of dead. None of them were on.
You guys from out of the country?
Yes.
Don't think we've seen too many of. He looks back at Hank. The large mechs like that around here.
He's one of a kind.
I'm gonna swoop down because it looks like things are pretty non-aggressive.
Yeah, they have like guns and stuff strapped at their back.
Yeah, I've got a bigger gun.
Yeah, you do.
I'm just gonna.
You do see some of them look a little bit roughed up. Some of them are alright.
Some of them are being carried. Maybe.
Possibly.
Just tell them that we're hunting fugitives.
There was a group of undead around here, before when we first arrived, but we, took care of them over, the other side of that hill over there. There's one that's still giving off a 5-foot radius of light, but don't worry about him.
One of the guys runs over there and sees... Yeah, Sarge, there's a couple of lower class ones, some middle. Alright. So you guys are from some great council? Where is that located?
In
Everywhere.
Space.
Yeah, have you heard of it?
Yeah.
It's that thing between your ears.
Ooh, okay. Wow. I'm gonna need him to make a con save.
Yes. It gets burned. One of the guys walks up and is like, if you're from space and you're here to fight the undead, call me crazy, but you could be the folks that our boss has been looking for. Name's Sergeant Marcel Siegmar.
Why's Sergeant Seymour been looking for
I think that's
people like
his
us,
name.
crazy?
Oh no, I'm just the sergeant in charge of this group right here.
Oh, you're Sergeant Seymour.
Right.
Oh, I thought you meant your commanding officer. Sorry.
Right, she leads
What's
the
his name?
14th Battalion. It's a little ways to the north here. Be happy to escort you up.
Wait, what was his name?
This guy is Marcel Siegmar. He is a sergeant.
Sergeant.
Sergeant Marcy.
That's what they call me.
Oh, well, good.
Unless you're a new recruit and then you get a slock to the jaw.
Yeah, well. Sounds like what they deserve.
Let's see, at this point, I'm going to turn off the
Yeah,
the Drac.
if you could, bring us... Lead us over there, that'd be perfect.
All right.
I'm gonna fly until it wears off because I hate being wasteful.
Very true.
Actually, no. I'm gonna do it for an actual reason. I'm gonna fly a little bit higher up and just keep a watch in literally every direction.
Very true.
Yeah.
If I would actually zoom out and look at the layout of the map, it would actually be smarter to go around this way. Wish we could offer you some a ride, but unfortunately, on our way over here, our vehicle was ambushed and wound up being taken out.
No.
Lost a couple of men.
Do you,
That's okay. Last time this group was in a vehicle on land, it exploded.
really?
I mean, what? I wasn't there for that.
Me either.
Madeira was.
Yeah.
I think he might have been the only one.
And he has a lizard brain, so the chances he remembers.
Ain't very high. Yeah, I mean, I could, take a look at it, see if I can get it running again, if it's, makes sense, or if it's within walking distance, then...
It was in quite a few pieces.
Yeah.
Probably be faster if we just walked directly to the camp. Quite a ways
Yeah.
back.
Well, none of your workers.
I appreciate the offer, though. You a mechanic?
Nope. But I
How
know
about-
a little bit.
What if I just animate the car and we just...
Actually, I lied. Ignore what I had said. Yeah, mechanic.
Is that one take?
I mean, you're not entirely untruthful.
Right, exactly.
I'm a life mechanic. I'm a humanic.
That's what Midir is.
Humanic.
I was gonna say that sounds more like Medea's job.
He's a cleric too.
Wouldn't you be a mechanic?
Yeah. Sometimes you go to the body shop.
Humanic is just how I get at night when I'm.
Mm.
Never mind.
Yeah. That's okay, we get it.
The humanic panic.
Runs a calculation real quick.
Anyway,
Be
fuck that
about,
car, right? Let's walk.
All right. From here, be about a little over an hour. Reach the camp.
Right. An hour of silence. Wonderful.
This is the hour of silence.
We certainly can't tell you as much as Lieutenant Colonel can, but if there's anything you'd like to know on the way over.
Why not? Alright, well, how long ago have the undead been, attacking?
I've been out here deployed. It's been over a year now. Missed my son's birthday last year, and I think his birthday was last week. Missed it again this year. It's been tough.
Could have just said over a year. What?
It's more dramatic when he says it that way. Don't judge him.
I didn't. I'm in the air. I'm flying. Nobody can hear me. Unless
The
they have
rope
a
of
rope
many
of
eyes,
ears.
not the rope of many ears. Yeah.
That'd be an interesting one.
You referred to the ones over there as different levels. Can you tell me about it?
Yeah, there's all sorts of these guys. There's you got the lowest of the low. They just kind of ramble around. Generally not that big a threat. They're slow. They generally don't take bullets very well, which is good for us. The ones over there, saw a couple of them. They're a little bit higher up. But, the real threats are those usually carry weapons. Sometimes there's either a little bit tougher to deal with than that. Usually not.
Or any that require different methods than just shooting them a bunch?
Yeah, there's definitely some where our bullets are clearly less effective. Unfortunately, mundane ordnance is about all we really got.
What do they look like?
There's some that I've never seen any myself. There's some that can fire blasts from their hands. Some other kind of magical stuff. Not really familiar with it myself. Some that are big-bodied, giant-like, swing around big clubs. That's most of them that I'm familiar with.
Is there a concentration of them somewhere? Like, the closer you get to an area, the more there are?
None that I know of. Lieutenant Colonel might know more. Probably will. She's a little more in the loop with the big government types.
What's the deal with that whole business? How is everything running here between the cities and such?
How do you mean? As far as like the governments?
Well, yeah, like are roads okay?
Yeah,
How do
thankfully
people
they.
travel.
Thankfully the undead freaks don't generally tear up the roads. I don't know if you've there's a subdivision near here. Folks live in and commute. Town nearby. The roads are well travelable enough. Out here, the roads are mostly more so just dirt. In the city, they're paved.
Most of the
Hey.
undead that you guys find are out here in the wilderness.
Yeah, the next town over is thankfully a walled one.
What's the conversion rate? Like, are your fallen turning into undead as well, or?
Yeah, that they are. In fact,
That's
we were dispatched out here to search out another regiment. It's deployed in this area, hadn't been in contact for a while. A little before we ran into you guys, we found a couple of corpses. Some of them halfway burned, like they took themselves out.
Is that the preferred method of disposal?
Well, it looks like a losing fight. Sometimes some of us have the guts to take ourselves out rather than be forced into joining the enemy.
So you're saying use the spell Braise Dead?
Ah, right.
What?
Don't worry about it.
It was the cooking joke.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Don't
Yeah.
mind the insensitive one.
seems harsh, but I understand what the mentality is there.
Yep.
Questions. Any other questions we got? Hank, you got any questions? Hank looks at him and goes, "Smashing."
Was that one of his phrases?
Yep.
Nice.
One of the three. He goes, "Oh yeah, right. What's the deal with the big ones? How many? Like, are there fewer of them, or
Yeah,
do they
generally,
have any leadership or anything?"
I don't think there's any sort of a strict hierarchy as far as I've encountered. Generally, the bigger and stronger they get, fewer of those.
Right?
I guess we can be thankful for that.
Gotcha. Also, maybe off topic, but have you heard of a person who refers to themselves as October?
November. Wait,
Not a
wait,
person,
October?
no. That is the name of the planet.
Yeah, no, I know. You haven't heard of her personally.
Don't know who'd go about naming themselves after a planet. Seems pretty silly.
You're telling us.
Any, what's the technology like around here? What kind of guns you shoot? You got projectiles in there? You got lasers?
They pull out
Plasma.
something that looks like a pretty typical looking machine gun. Yeah, just metal bullets. Standard issue.
Projectile.
When we get back to the camp, we'll see what sort of stuff we got. We got some tanks. That sort of stuff.
Well, we, how much longer we got?
Looking like you have maybe about like 10 minutes or so before you get there. You can now kind of see pretty close. There's it appears to be a sort sort of a long string of what appear to be tents and trucks.
Like peanut butter and jelly.
Yes.
Peanut butter and chili.
One of those is slightly more
Jelly.
mobile than
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, I hope you're not putting peanut butter.
Jesus.
the other. Peanut butter and blood.
Goes together like peanut butter and blood.
Yep.
And a baseball bat.
You ever heard of football?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys got that here.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
kind of football?
We start talking
Roll a
about
d6.
we start talking about sports. And I don't wanna
Actually,
roleplay
roll a
this
roll a d6.
Oh Jesus.
It's foosball. They all just get impaled by big poles. For fun.
He describes the
Forkball.
local football, and it winds up to be something that I would classify as something like rugby. Not straight gridiron.
Gotcha. That's more badass.
Yeah, local team is the DeCollin Deacons, but they haven't played a game in well, ever since the whole stuff started.
Just over a year.
It's the war.
Pretty much.
Not since the incident.
But high school football, that's still been going on.
Oh.
Naturally. Because nothing
Obviously.
can stop high school football.
No.
Yeah, what are you gonna do when you got a bunch of child slaves working for you?
These student
Free
athletes get paid on
entertainment, you
this
don't
planet.
even have to pay them. They certainly don't own the rights to their own bodies.
Bodies.
Yeah.
Wow.
Finally, something high school boys and high school girls have something in common.
All right. You guys
Run
do
entertain.
eventually run upon an encampment. Go to next.
Grass.
Yes.
Oh,
A
There's
little
more
bit
than
of grass.
grass.
Yes, it's out loud.
Oh god, this is a horizontal map.
Sure is.
Why do you have to be so innovative?
Right. Right. There's a guy kind of sitting on the outskirts. The place is not like really fenced in or anything. It's just sort of open on the approach.
You were so close. You had the opportunity to draw 2-story tents, and you were really close to doing it, but it's not quite there.
Maybe there's an attic in one of these tents.
Maybe
Like a
there's
loft.
an attic.
Maybe.
Maybe one of the things called wine cellar.
Yes, there's a wine cellar underneath the tent.
Yeah.
That's where I would keep my wines.
That would
It's
be pretty
more
impressive.
likely and structurally sound than a 2-story tent.
Why do I feel like I've seen those on sale somewhere? Not that you should buy
I have
them.
no idea.
Anyway,
What?
sure enough, there is a. Most of the way walking here was pretty much open field. There's kind of a long line of trees, which appears to go back a fair ways. It's sort of a long strip of a forest, if you will. You do in fact see a fair number of tents, a fair number of trucks that appear to have doors into them, as though they were like some sort of mobile bases. A couple of guys up in what appear to be guard towers. And this guy, who was not with your group, approaches. Hey there, Sergeant. Who are these folks? They're appear to be off-worlders. The guy takes a look. Yeah, I can see that. Well, they say they're here to fight the undead, so looking at a from to Lieutenant Colonel Wolperg. Yeah, it's good idea. I'll wait here. I'll go make preps. Alright. Guy darts over. Probably off the screen unless you're really zoomed out.
Chris is very familiar with military encampments. Wait here, I'll go make preps. I
Listen, you don't know how they work.
Out of
military. How do they work?
How does it work? Out of curiosity, you guys, I take it to all be fighters. Fighting swords.
No,
Wow.
I'm actually a cleric, and
Yeah.
Right.
she's a wizard over there. We got
He's a lizard, actually.
I'm a lizard.
another.
I'm
yeah,
with the other. I mean, there's
got a
another
wizard
lizard
and
too.
a
And then there's like an actual lizard here.
We have the wizard, we have the lizard, and then we have the wizard's lizard.
I don't think any of us are fighting.
I am
Fucking
not your
Piltorin.
lizard.
I meant
had a
my.
couple.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Sorry, I didn't
Piltorin,
mean
a
to.
ranger,
I,
or a rogue?
I am my own
Warlock.
lizard.
Warlock. That's
Where
what I
have you
said.
been?
We're like
yes,
just
you know, the
finding
class
out
that
each
shoots
other's
the gun,
classes
the
now.
warlock.
Thanks for paying attention, Dad.
To be fair, you probably would never know until you see Eldritch Smite pop up.
We used to have a fighter.
You used to have 2 fighters.
No
One
fighters.
got hairballs and the other one didn't have
Yeah.
hair.
I guess I didn't really mean fighter, warrior, like us folks. Just
Right.
seen your fair share of combat.
Oh yeah.
Any of you guys ever been like an organized combat regimen?
No.
We're a loosely organized group ourselves,
Gotcha.
but nothing. Rules.
I mean, you can't have much order
You
in
know,
combat when you have a group like ours.
Hmm.
Point
No,
sticky or freed. The snake
di-
with arms holding a baseball
discipline.
bat.
Yeah.
Forgot about the baseball bat.
Hey, I'm Lizzin over here.
I'm changing the name. I'm changing something on the sheet.
Make fun of my mama, I'll break your fucking kneecaps.
There, it is fixed. It took me a moment to realize Mistra was the mama. You do see somebody run out of the this not tent, this truck right here. Run off into one of the tents in the back. Guy scurries back over. Scurries furiously. Right, yeah, go ahead.
Seriously.
Head on in.
Right, you don't have to be so angry about it.
Furious scurrying.
Hey,
Sergeant Marcel disperses the rest of his troops back to their barracks, get some
Hey,
rest.
thanks. Good luck. I jaunt.
Jolson. I'm gonna make an assumption that this is actually steps leading up here as opposed to a 3-rung ladder. Which should be really
Like,
weird.
You live in Abilama. Don't tell me you've never seen a pickup truck with a ladder.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
We sashay inside.
That's one way to do it.
Flip
Hmm.
over the stairs ladder.
Awesome.
Phase in through the door.
Through the door, Hank finds it sort of persnickety to get through, so you may need to shrink down.
Bonus action, Hank.
Excellent. Gearfried seems to kind of have the same issue.
I'll pop him in the PT for now.
Alrighty. Guess what? We don't have a map of the inside of the truck. But that's fine, because we don't
That's
need
fine.
one. Alright. inside of the truck. I will describe it. I have it in my notes as a van. A mobile base.
That sounds inviting.
Yeah.
I go over to the bowl of free candy.
Yes, a mobile base. So on either side of the interior, there's a couch on either side. In the back, which I guess is like in the front, would be like right here. But as you're going in here, you're kind of going in at the back. Is a desk. And seated at the desk is. Let me make sure am I using this word correctly?
No.
I probably am not.
Unlikely.
No, I'm probably not using it correctly. I like that word though. With I want to say the word tawny, even though it's not accurate because it sounds cool.
Cool.
Right. But anyway, she has hair, which is of the white variety.
Not right.
In a somewhat similar brown uniform with some blue cords all over it. And she welcomes you. Sit down. Please, have a seat. There is surprisingly enough room on the couch for everyone.
She's got like pinning flags in her hair.
Kinda, yeah. You do notice
Pennant flags?
Pennant, yeah, pretty much. One of her eyes is obscured. May or may not be a grotesque injury.
Okay.
I just realized how odd it is to think of Thoroth and Hank now at the same height, just sitting by each other.
He's there's probably not enough couch for him and everybody else, so he's probably just standing behind Thoron.
Sounds legit. Alright, welcome. I'll have some refreshments here for you shortly. As you may have heard, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Farrah Walberg. I lead the 14th Battalion, the 10 Mighty Armed Forces. May I ask who I'm speaking with?
First of all, can you write out your name in the chat?
Sure.
A lieutenant and a colonel?
It's less than both.
Yes. With the period intact.
What'd she ask?
Who's she speaking with?
Oh, I'm Thoroth. This is, well, you got mouths.
I'm still torn.
I'm Medea.
Hi. I'm Mistro.
I'm Tyr. Best friend Shirome.
That sounds like a
That plays in the
commercial
background.
jingle.
And that's,
Tiro the
Hank.
Hiroshiro.
And that's, Gearfried.
No, Gearfried's not here right now.
Oh,
He
okay.
yelps from the
This is
PET.
Hank.
He yelps from the PET in his chibi voice again. I see. Now then, you say you're from Off-World, and you certainly look the part. This might be presumptuous of me, but did you come here following a distress beacon?
Kinda.
Okay.
We did hear a distress beacon, right? Did we?
Those of you who have memories way better than you should, remember that the entire campaign started from some sort of a distress beacon.
Oh, Jesus. No, I don't remember a distress beacon. We're coming here anyway.
So I would be the only one who would remember the distress beacon. Good! And I don't.
You would be the one who,
I guess
who was there when
I
it was
vaguely
there.
remember being told about it.
Yeah, the rest of you would have seen it in like the, hey, west join up, there's this going on.
Man, if we had known that was coming from here, it would have come much sooner. Probably.
She looks kind of relieved. She lets out a sigh. I expected it would take time, but I'm glad it was not in vain. On behalf of the Republic of Tenmadini, allow me to welcome you. It took some doing to get the Congress to agree to send out a beacon about 2 years ago. It seems it's finally borne fruit. I did not send the distress signal myself, but as one of its most ardent advocates, perhaps you could say it was I who called you here in the first place. Such is fate that has brought us together now. Around this time, there's a knock on the door. Lieutenant Colonel, here's the tea you requested. Thanks, please, sir. One of the officers comes in and has some tea and snacks.
Nice.
I'm gonna roll a D100.
I munch.
Yeah, what kind of snacks?
Also, fuck you.
Do they have bagel bites?
Ooh, there's even a can of peach Snapple.
Only one?
They bring one for the group and they just like divide it amongst like a bunch of little shot glasses.
Ooh, if there's 4 of them, someone's gonna miss out.
Ooh. I grab one.
I'm just gonna assume Tyr would take tea instead.
I was gonna ask what specifically was the drink again?
Tea.
Or peach snaps.
I would take tea.
There you go.
We'll pretend it's whatever tea.
There's a lot of good teas. Even
Milk
green tea
tea.
with some honey is fine.
Bubble tea.
Could be
Sure.
bubble tea.
I very much
Some
doubt that they
bubblegum
just
tea?
brought in some
I'll-
bubble tea.
I'll go with some green tea.
Awesome.
Settle. Oh, actually, yeah. Or like mint. Mint is good. Yeah, I'll go with mint.
Awesome.
Mint tea. Yeah.
There's a couple croissants,
Minty.
like kind of
Just settle the
crudely-ish
stomach,
made
yeah.
croissants, but I guess it's a croissant.
Wazzle.
Croissant.
Croissant.
I'm sorry. Are you gonna finish that croissant?
Anyway. We
Wow.
munch.
Croissant.
She leans over a little bit. Allow me to explain the situation. Nearly 2 years ago, our once peaceful country was suddenly beset by corpses, risen from the grave. Some long dead. Long dead. Kind of things we've only read about in stories.
This happened to the Senate on my homeworld. Altered.
Is that actually a thing from Sultor's backstory?
No, I was making a joke about how everybody in our government is old and decrepit.
Our civilization was suddenly beset by corpses because a lot of people suddenly died. That's not
Anyway.
the important part.
Right.
Well, yeah, that is kind of what's happening in the world right now. Anyway,
Memes aside.
Hmm.
kind of things we only read about in stories. Tenmadini possesses an ample military force, but on a countrywide scale, it's like a house infested with roaches. We're divided and they're hard to pin down, and even if we do wipe some out, there are many more where they came from. This is probably the most active our military's been in our country's history, just to try to keep our towns and cities as safe as possible. Sometime after the undead infestation began, we received news from some of our neighboring planets in the month system. Some of this news was more directly harmful to our relations with them than others. Planet February's High Councilman had gone insane and sick with lust. Colossal war had broken out on the planet March. Wildstorms had begun brewing on planet April. Our trade with planet May was cut off by an embargo. Planet June began experiencing atmospheric deterioration, rising temperatures. And planet December fell silent, and the last we'd heard of it, There's a spiritual revolution was taking place. The rest were not sure of any specifics, but it was too many troubles happening at once to just be a coincidence. So it was suggested and ultimately approved to send the distress signal. Before I go on, may I ask if you've been to any of the other
All of them.
nearby...
I look at Siltorn. No, you have not.
Not in this sector.
Just not with you.
We haven't been to November or December, but we've been to the rest. Or this group has.
Well, Madeira's been to.
The organization.
PNIS of the group.
Yes.
Great Council.
I see, so that means you've been through 9, right?
Uh-huh.
We were unsure how accurate the source data for our signal would be, so I suspected that this might not have been your first stop. You encountered anything of note on those other planets?
Yeah, maniacs with ambitions that usually are summed up with ruling the world.
As he's saying that, Thorath is saying, no, nothing too interesting.
Not the usual.
Yeah.
Does Madir have any comments as one who's technically seen with his own eyes more of the planets?
The only thing he would comment on was, they've all been besieged by a person with the same name as the planet.
Yeah, but also remember that there was that one guy, I think it was August, who, like, he said something. There was something weird about him when he died. Or there was like 2 of them. There was 1 or 2 of them died weirdly, right?
All of them died weirdly. Their bodies disappeared.
Yeah. But, like, one of them, like, said something as they were going, right?
They, in fact, did. In fact, I'll look it up for you right quick in your notes.
Mentioned somebody or something like that.
That
There's
sure is
also
mine.
been this one, I don't fucking remember his name, but this one guy that has seems to have shared all the
Edward
previous
Scissorhands.
powers.
Hmm.
I don't remember what his name is right now.
Edward.
Oh.
His name is Miss. For the audience.
Which stands for Mr. Edward Scissorhands.
Well, you got me.
Well, I mean, there was a more important name that
It was
was brought
Johnny
up, but-
Depp.
His name is Kyle. I'll have you know
But
that.
Tyr's being quiet about that.
I think it is Kyle.
That's
There-
what
there
Indigo
was
keeps
Kyle.
calling.
There was a more important ominous.
I
figure
love how his
that was
name
mentioned.
fit the acronym perfectly.
The thing that Thorath might be thinking of was this little blurb from September, which I believe was just literally pasted in text because September didn't have a voice because it was literally a disembodied entity.
I know that's
Right.
what Tyr was thinking.
I cannot find what Sir August was blurbing about, but you do remember something about some sort of a research facility that was going on and like poking people with knives and denying them pizza and other sorts of pain-inducing activities.
Yeah, that was by far the worst.
And seemingly there was something about like harvesting something from that.
Not
Empathians.
Joy-Con.
Empathions.
Harvesting
yes.
Raycon earbuds.
Oh goodness.
I actually don't know if that's what it's called.
Siltorn hacked the computer and found a meter,
You
a
did.
gauge for hopium.
Can't get to idiom.
Unobtainium.
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 Really difficult to find him.
I think Empathions actually literally is what the word you saw was.
Unlikely.
Was it really?
Oh, okay.
Is it a reference to what I think it is?
I'm gonna guess probably not,
Oh,
but it might be.
it's not logged away.
I don't think so.
Okay, so then yeah, you would have known what I meant by that.
If it was, then I didn't do that one on purpose. Maybe subconsciously. You say they were some sort of tyrants with bearing the same names as the planets, were there?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I suppose that is one reason why it's been such a long wait, but perhaps it was best that you dealt with those who were assailing the other planets first. I'm sure the experience has made you much stronger. Now then, as for why we needed assistance...
Actually, it was the milestones. The experience really had nothing to do with it.
Points. Squashing the undead one group at a time, as you can imagine, is inefficient. We'll exhaust our manpower long before they do. Not to mention, every troop we lose adds to their numbers. The only way to be rid of them is to strike at their source. Thanks to the efforts of some brave soldiers and some brilliant minds, we've managed to track the source, we believe, to an area about 50 miles east of this camp. Evidently, it's an ancient burial site for a long-lost culture that existed before the founding of Tenmadini. As you can guess, there were those who immediately wanted it bombed, but putting aside the cultural significance of the place, there were those concerned that blowing it the hell up would unleash just that upon us, and the trickle of undead would then become a deluge. Instead, we sent waves of researchers to investigate. Thankfully...
Wait. You mean that the military tried an intelligent solution instead of just blowing it the hell up?
I think we found
after
the
some
villains.
talks,
Man, it's
yes.
just nothing like where I come from.
Your alien culture is so fascinating.
Believe me, there were those who wanted an immediate solution. Anyway, instead, we sent waves of researchers to investigate. Thankfully, this place seems to not be swarming with undead all the time. They were able to witness undead spawning from some kind of mausoleum there at the burial site.
I mean spawning, just to be clear.
Well, inside the mausoleum, another group was able to get further and locate an entrance, a portal, might be more accurate. Some underground... the only word I can think of to describe it is a dungeon. Our radios wouldn't
God.
reach wherever that place is, but some of the survivors were able to return and relay this vital information to us. She
Huh.
grabs at her chin, much like her pose is actually there. What I'm about to tell you is highly sensitive information. I don't know that you'll meet any, but for the sake of formality, can I trust you to not divulge this to anyone, especially civilians?
I solemnly swear.
I can tell you that nobody else in this party has friends, so our lips are sealed.
Does that mean Siltorin has friends?
I'm not saying anything.
All I can tell you is that they don't.
Exactly.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Very well. Thanks to
Very
our
convincing.
eyewitness reports, we have been able to confirm the existence of some being who exists in this underground dungeon. Our scholars did some digging and uncovered an ancient myth about some creature called the... Lords, how is this pronounced again?
November.
The Thora Kyrios, I believe.
Hmm?
What was that?
You guys want that in chat, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please and
That,
thank you.
yeah, that sure is my script right there. I got
Just
the
copy.
important word though.
Thora Curios. That's a lot of
Accents?
accent marks.
Translated from, as best we can tell of the ancient tongue, it means Lord of Decay. In the myth, it was some kind of a supernatural being that drained life itself from the world and from creatures within it. It's an ominous name for sure, but there's a rapping at the door. As a guy
Thankfully,
bursts in.
we already have like little low cases
Who's
of
that?
life, so we need to worry
Who's
about
that
it.
rapping? Who's that?
we open the
rapping
door,
at
it's
my
The
Eminem.
door, the door
Mr. Raven.
Mr. Slim Shady,
bursted it open
the real Slim Shady.
as a
He's
soldier
standing.
sticks his head in. Lieutenant Colonel Walperk, sorry to interrupt, ma'am, but there's been a sighting of a giant undead leading a legion of smaller ones. It's about 5 miles east of here, and they appear on due course for the camp. Giant undead? Never seen something like that. She stands
Like
up.
an
I think
undead
'cause your
giant.
patrolmen were just
Great
talking
Scott.
about.
What platoons are
Patrolmen
battle
were
ready?
just telling us.
The 1600s are ready to move out with minimal notice. Half of the 1100s are still fighting fit. The other ones are out on assignment. Can't get here in time. Very well. Tell platoon 1600 to mobilize. Bring in the rocket rig from the 1100s and have the remaining 1100 soldiers who can go on alert in case there's a breach.
Okay, are there 1100 of them?
Yeah, holy shit. I was gonna say, can we help? And like, then she's like, tell the 1100 soldiers. I'm like, no, fucking never mind. Leave them to it.
Are all of their uniforms red, perchance?
They appear to be reddish brown.
They're dead. They're dead.
Oh, that's a Star Trek reference. Okay.
What Star Trek?
What?
Soldier
It's-
says, yes, ma'am, and leaves the room. She looks contemplating in thought. A giant undead. I hate to ask this of you before our talk is over, but would you lend my troops a hand? Unfortunately, our conventional weaponry is ineffective against many kinds of undead, especially the higher-ranking ones.
All right.
While our
I'll lend a
weaponry,
hand. I
100
just don't
of
have a
them?
legend.
Hey,
Yeah, I don't have
Mahir,
1100
Saroth,
hands.
maybe you could give them some advice on how to fight undead.
to be clear, our regiments are numbered. 1600th platoon is not actually consisting of 1600 people. There's
Oh,
maybe about
How many are there?
20,
I
30.
misunderstood. I've never been in the military.
Right.
Killed them. Anyway,
Our weaponry can bring them down, but if the enemy force is sizable, we may well be overwhelmed. But it's certainly up to you. If you prefer to save your strength, then I would ask you to wait here until I can confirm the march has been stopped.
I'm
Uh,
down for a fight,
yeah.
provided that the last time we were at that big tower thing, it's been like at least 15 minutes.
I would say,
What?
especially with some peach and apple, you've had a short rest by now.
Nice.
Oh.
Okay. My only stipulation is that if you have a mech suit for above-sized people, it needs to go for gear free, so we can fight the giant zombie one-on-one in a large mech suit.
I would like to contend that I would like Hank to be in a mech suit, therefore it's a robot in a robot.
Oh no,
That's so meta.
dude, we need to we need to have like a team move, that's gear free and Hank, so we can call it the Dragon Zord.
Ooh!
Good.
That sounds like something
Well,
the Tinker would definitely
You
be able
just
to
told
work
Coop what Gearfried's next evolution is.
on.
Anyone proficient with flutes?
I can be.
Here is unnamed
I never
musical
decided
instrument
if it was gonna
proficiency.
be flutes or a horn. I was just talking
Isn't-
to Coop
That's
about
fine.
that
If,
like
if
last week.
Medea doesn't
Isn't
have to choose
a
a god,
horn-
you don't have to choose an instrument.
Wait, isn't a horn a flute with less holes?
No.
Ah,
I mean, if you want to be really simple about it, yes, but the
Yeah.
principles about how you use the instrument is a little bit
I
different.
mean, a horn could be like a
I mean-
trumpet, right?
oh,
Conceptually, technically.
And you got woodwinds, you got brass. What kind of horn are we talking here? Anyway.
What kind of fruit are we talking?
horny.
Oh, goodness.
Right.
We are truly in your debt. It will take a few minutes for the platoon to mobilize. Meantime, let me explain what forces we have. She pulls out a diagram. I'm gonna drag them onto the map so you guys can actually see them.
Here we have the forces of good, and over here the forces of evil.
I'll just
That's where we
drag
get.
this onto the map where you can see. Of course, we have our basic infantrymen. They are armed with machine guns.
Nope.
Next, we have 3 sizes of tanks. But if I recall, Platoon 1600 doesn't have any of our largest tanks.
Can you repeat that one you cut out?
Infantry armored machine guns, 3 sizes of tanks. Platoon 1600 doesn't have any of the largest tanks.
Okay.
Lightest tanks are equipped with cannons, although their ammunition capacity is limited. Smaller tanks are more agile, while the medium ones are more heavily armored.
Oh Jesus. That's much bigger.
It's definitely much bigger. Even with our tank's armor, though, sometimes they still fall prey to the undead attacks. The tank weapons can fire for a fair distance, but our actual long-range weaponry are these here. Points to something that looks like someone on treads with a big tube sticking out of it. Artillery and rocket launchers. They are capable
Oh my
of,
god, dude, I love advanced ones.
They are capable of striking accurately over 100 feet away. The rockets scattered in an area, while the artillery shells are more pinpoints. Our most mobile units are reconnaissance jeeps and our armored personnel carriers.
Cooper, I just have a question real quick.
What's that?
Is this like gonna be like one of those games like Suikoden 2, like where like half of it is like a normal like RPG, but then they have like different like types of gameplay? Like, are we about to play a game with advanced war with undead?
You're about to find out.
Okay.
The tactics
Bloons
of
tower
Suikoden 2 is
defense.
so bad. Bro.
The latter, being the APCs, you should be able to use for transport around the battlefield. They are quite fast, but they don't possess any weapons of use themselves, however. Recons are equipped with machine guns, but their primary use is... no, that should not be important, I hope. Let's go ahead and head outside. Lieutenant Harrison Cobb can explain more details to you as you approach. He leads the 1600th platoon. I'll arrange to have you ride in the APC with him. There's a note in here about Hank and Gearfree, but since they're not actually big right now, it doesn't matter. Typically, an APC can hold about 6 people, typical size, so means that you should be fine. Alright, follow me. I'll take you to the 1600. I had a
Right,
word
well,
there, and I forgot what it was.
I'll
Pla-
shrink Hank down to reaction Hank so we can fit that other guy.
Cool.
I can't actually shrink him down though, so we're just gonna put him on top.
Right. Soon 1600 should be able to ready to roll shortly. I hope you can understand. I can't expect my men to directly follow orders from off-worlders they barely know, but I'll make it clear they should be cooperating with you.
Right.
Right, make your way off to somewhere off in one of the tents where, sure enough, there are some soldiers scrambling into various forms of vehicles.
Up, 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 up.
One of them in particular appears to be in charge.
Is he large?
Not necessarily. He's definitely shorter than Siltorn, for sure.
We're gonna call him Marge.
They don't call me Short Torin.
Oh,
They don't do that because that is not your name.
they also don't call you Siltalin.
They should, though. I'm calling my agent.
I can make him sin taller.
It could be worse. They could call you Stalin.
No, that's really bad.
Yeah.
There was that one time Maker had a
I said it
Duskmore
could be
named
worse.
Joe Stalin. Alright. Shortly thereafter, you were all able to load up in this armored personnel carrier and ride out to the direction that it was, which I think was from the east. Maybe. Likely.
I'm gonna plug into the APC's speakers and play Fortunate Son.
Oh my fuck you.
No. Ban him.
See, I don't know what that is because I'm ignorant.
Play your fucking music.
You know that one song they play during Vietnam War movies?
That one song I played during Vietnam.
The only song. The only song that...
Remember the
I'm just gonna assume it's the Top Gun theme.
No, I was literally just...
Is Rambo
Never
a
mind.
Vietnam War movie?
No, it's a post-Vietnam War movie.
I've never seen it.
It's the movie. It's the song that plays at Enemy of the Gates, right?
It's the
Now I
song.
have-
It's the song the former president played at every one of his rallies because he doesn't understand the meaning of it, and he.
Anyway, you all are make your way, not particularly comfortably, as the it's not necessarily meant for a smooth ride.
Yeah.
But you are in the APC with this lieutenant.
I have a feeling this is our group in this truck right about now.
So you're the group of off-worlders come to save us from this mess, huh? Harrison Cobb, lieutenant of the platoon 1600. Any of you guys ever been in a service before?
Gone to church once or twice.
I heft up my gun and say no, but we're pretty serviceable.
See that? It's a mighty big gun you got there.
All the better to shoot you with.
It's like, yeah, my cannon's pretty big too.
You hear a knock on some sort of a slidable like metal window. You guys are kind of in the back, and there's you can like slide this window, which I guess is made of glass, but it's the metal window. You hear a voice from the driver asking Lieutenant Cobb to look out. Slides the window, looks out, peers through the driver's cab. Damn it all! What a terrible time for FOW to roll in. Proceed with caution. Should be a creek up ahead. If we don't run into the enemy before then, let's engage there. Roger that.
OW.
He shutters the window.
Fog of War, rolling in now.
I think he looks in thought for a moment. I remember hearing in history class that other worlds don't have FOW like we have here on October. You guys are probably used to fog just being fog. Stuff that's kind of hard to see through, am I right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hard to see? Question mark.
Typically is what fog does, yeah. I better save the...
Oh, here we go.
I better save the meteorological reasoning why it exists and just explain it all quick. We ain't got much time. FOW, or Fog of War, covers an area up with wisps. It makes it hard to see. It sounds like, your usual fog. We call it Fog of War because it seems to have an attraction to conflict. What makes it strange, most folks can generally see about the same distance in the same conditions, But in FOW, different folks see further than others. Something about how perceptive you are. When we get out there, you probably won't be able to see more than 10 or 15 feet in front of you. Maybe some of you are the perceptive kind. Heard of some folks being able to see as far as 30 feet and stuff. Anyway, it sounds rough, but here's where it gets really weird, if you're not from around here. Somehow the fog knows, I guess, who's your friend and who's your foe. It's a weird sensation, but putting it bluntly, all your allied forces somehow share visual information. That means some folks can advance and gather intel on the enemy's position, which lets our distant weapons find targets to fire on. Thankfully, we brought some recons in our group. We'll be relying on those recons and any of you perceptive folks to get a good read on the battle. Good thing is, the enemy has the same problem, and some of the undead bastards are, well, not so bright. I bet some of them can't see more than 5 feet in front of them. Covering fire is gonna be pretty important, but there is another little rub. Something about FOW makes everyone a little keener sensed in other ways. It's like you can see attacks coming and still brace yourself. So just because someone can't see you doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot. Thankfully that does go both ways in case we run into any of the tougher ones that can shoot. Mechanically, this means that you don't gain an advantage from being an unseen attacker. Just FYI. Hear another voice coming.
So, Siltorn goes shit.
I mean,
No, Siltorn just takes aim.
pretty much.
He can do that after the battle.
Right. Hear another rapping on the window. Lieutenant Cobb, we have visual on the creek. All right. Pulls out a radio and pushes a button on it.
Ryman. His flow is terrible.
All units prepare to engage. He pulls another radio out and offers it to whoever wants to take it. If you need to coordinate with us, use this. I'll be in this APC on command. It's probably best if you folks go ahead and roll out. Give him hell, folks.
We'll
You
send
heard
him
him.
back
Gear
there.
free, transform, and roll out.
Alright, I'll now bring us over to a place
He
called...
just like bites his tail and becomes a wheel and just starts rolling at the enemy.
a place called the Muerte Plains.
Ooh. Smoke. Yeah,
On the
I supersized Hank back into Action Hank.
Awesome.
Wow.
Super thighs,
The,
man. That is.
the death plains. I wonder if anything bad happens here.
Muerte Plains.
Wow, I can't see anything.
Can you?
No, it's a joke.
Okay.
Because we usually just... I can see 60 feet though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh no,
So-
the fog.
Because again, we can
The-
we can see as far as the farthest of us can see.
Right. So, over the table, this is based on
Oh.
your perception scores. For some of you, it's
Oh.
for most of you, it's actually
Passive
So-
pretty good.
or regular?
Both.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah,
It's,
That is...
well, if
Whatever
it's
your
both,
bonus
then my
is.
passive perception has a +5.
It's facts, which may or may not apply in this case.
Wait, so am I supposed to be able to see 15 feet or...
You
Or
can
what's
see
going
however much feet is
Nope.
on the tokens that I specially made for this map.
Yeah, because somebody else can see farther than that, you can see farther than that. But if you
Oh,
yourself
I
went
thought it was-
alone, then you could only see up to a
Sorry,
certain-
I just assumed, like, I thought this was... Like,
Sorry.
I assumed this was my vision from this, because, like, I was in the center, what I felt like was the center of it, but it's probably one of the
Right.
APCs.
Right. You also know that like
makes more
Nadir is
sense.
pretty perceptive because, you know, wisdom pump and stuff like that.
Yeah.
As well as these ones right here can see further ways. The actual army units here have different rules because, you know, it's a machine that doesn't have a perception score.
So but the artillery, they could shoot somebody based on our vision.
Correct.
Okay. Can I ride Gearfried in the battle?
You want to be taking constant fire damage?
Well, when we start, I have a spell I can cast on myself.
You could certainly do that.
I was thinking about it. I just wanted to make sure, like, what would happen if I mounted Gearfried? Like, what would be the...
If you
Like,
mounted
would
your
we still have
son,
individual turns?
right? I guess it would basically just have he would be what you move on.
Okay,
'Cause he's
never
a-
mind, I won't
He's
do it.
technically an intelligent mount.
Yeah.
He has an entire 11 intelligence.
Oh,
It's actually not too far. He's got 12.
Because he's an 11 teenager.
All right, one of the reconnaissance. That's not the correct track. Right. One of the reconnaissance folks here calls out. I think we got some coming from the right. As you can see, there is some semblance of a flowing water up ahead, with some sort of a kind of ramshackly bridge above it. But it is at this time. We'll have all folks roll initiative. I'm gonna see if I can control. Oh my goodness, it's rotated.
Everything's tilted, and now I'm tilted.
Let's see if we
We
can.
tilt them! Where's my active encounter?
There
I
it is.
can't roll initiative.
There you go.
Let's gear Frank.
Ooh, nice job, Hank.
Bad job, my dear.
Gonna
Fuck.
roll like trash, like usual.
Yeah, Gearfried with
It's
an
you.
8. And now I only hope I get the same
Well, I
score.
won't be useful for this combat.
Look at that tiebreaker.
It's not that trash.
Well,
Not that trash. I rolled literally the worst thing I could roll.
Yeah, no, I meant me.
Oh.
Alright, I'm so
care
glad
about
that
you.
didn't actually roll all of the. Well, I certainly hear a butt ton of
Cooper,
dice.
you're hurting me.
Were those? That sounded like a toilet flush.
Oh yeah, did mine go off when I rolled a 20?
You didn't roll a 20.
On my initiative? Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
I
You have
don't
a
know why I
plus-
saw a 20 on my die then.
It says +3 to your initiative.
Okay, I just saw a 20 on the die came in. I thought it was. I
Okay.
assumed it was my die.
No, I had a 20 on mine though.
Right.
What
Other
color's your
things that
dice?
you possibly would have been briefly informed about that I didn't write down in my notes. The ones that shoot from long ways, they can either move or fire. They can't do both in the same turn. The tanks and whatnot, they can move and shoot like normal, characters can.
Yeah.
They're not
Okay.
scrubs. All right.
So you're talking about the artillery ones?
Yes, the artillery and the rockets can only, if they fire, they have to stay in place for that turn
Okay.
to calibrate target.
Okay.
As opposed to Siltorin, who just can shoot like 500 feet away and,
So
Move
are
up
are
long
we commanding them?
No, we can give them suggestions, but we're not like their bosses. Like we're not like. We don't have them look like.
These
Relevant
are
to that-
characters. They'll do what they want.
right. Relevant to that, who's got the walkie-talkie
Thoth?
to get in contact with?
Yeah, Thoth.
with
I feel like
the
you should have it.
lieutenant?
Yeah, I feel like Thoth has been here the longest. He deserves to be team leader.
Yep. That sounds about right to me.
Right.
We do have two clerics who are both presumably pretty anti-undead. So there's that.
Undead? What's undead?
Generally, how it goes. All right.
If any of you are about to die, I'm gonna finish you off so I can raise a specter. Just
Undead are like bugs, glitches in the machine.
Oh, I thought you meant the only good bug is the dead bug.
The only good
Fails
bug
dead bug.
is a dead bug.
All right.
Would you like to know more?
This rockets unit
I'm doing my part.
is just pretty much going to kind of
Move. There
drive
you
itself up there.
go. Oh man, that's not a lot.
In terms of terrain, you do see that it's kind of this stuff right here is more of a nice smooth surface to sort of a little more conducive to drive over. The more stuff around here is looks like it may be possibly difficult for folks who are not on foot or with tank treads.
Difficult terrain for vehicles. What about this area up here?
That looks like definitely difficult terrain for vehicles of sorts. That appears to be
What about for
some
folks?
for folks. Yes, it is pretty broken up right there. It's kind of a bunch of gravel.
Okay, so this is difficult terrain for everybody. This is difficult terrain for vehicles, and this is a-okay for everybody.
Yes, and that's a big boulder.
And
I
that's a
love big
boulder.
The boulder.
The boulder.
All right,
That's cover is
Mr.
what we
Hauser.
call it.
Yes. Boulder goes about, call it about 7-ish feet tall.
It's just wide. It's a wide boulder.
Wide.
Is it my turn?
Sure is.
Okay. So how far can I move?
What's your movement speed?
30. I
30
can't.
feet?
Oh, can I just move my movement speed?
Right, until you get to that area right by the
Okay.
bridge, and that area right by the bridge is difficult terrain.
Alright.
Of course
Then I
you're
will
go- of
bonus
course you're
action
going
dash.
the only way where you can't get help from the vehicle.
I have gear freed.
Yeah.
Until he sets the bridge on fire, but that's not the point.
What is the general range? Like if she can the artillery hit like the bridge from where they are?
They would have communicated the range of the stuff. The artillery has a normal range of 120 feet, long range of 240.
Oh, okay.
The rockets have a normal... Well, it's kind of awkward because... Right. A normal range of 180, and they can shoot up to 360. It's a saving throw for the rockets, but I guess it gives them advantage on the save if it's long range.
Hmm.
That icon sure didn't go through. Oh well, it's fine. The tanks are more like their cannons can shoot like 25 feet away accurately. But still kind of up close. I think it's roughly the same range for like the machine guns and whatnot. Alright, that might be the end of Mystro's turn.
Yes.
Alright. Up next are some folks, many of whom may be holding position. Right. Right. White. It's either right or white. That'll bring it to Tyr's turn.
Okay.
Hello?
Jalu.
Okay.
Coop, do you have to constantly change the radiuses and such for us or no?
Nope.
Okay. I don't know, I just saw Indy's changed, I didn't know.
No, it's the same.
That was just a weird lag or something.
If you want to ruin the magic, I can explain mechanically how it's set up.
No, you don't have to. You said something about perception, so.
Do a thing to make my life slightly easier.
I assume we can see up to double our perception score in feet.
There's the formula. Going to do that. Cool. I can see that a little bit better on this big map. Right. I didn't check if that was a dash. I feel like that's way too short to be a dash from Tyr.
It's
A
not
dad
even my
action.
Full, it's not even my full normal movement.
Yeah.
That's only 30 feet.
Okay. What else you got?
I'm gonna stop there. I don't want to overextend too much.
Okay.
Stop.
Sounds like
You
a
violated the law.
sounds like a doge, maybe.
Yep, I'm gonna doge.
Okay.
I'm gonna dog. Don't dog the boys. Sorry.
Just realized that doesn't have the movement speed. Oh, it's fine. This Artley is going to just sort of drive over here. Bring it to some boys' turns.
Bring it out on me.
Some other boys. Some other boys. Some other boys. Bring it to a
It's a
medium.
very big map.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of awkward because the background of the map is also black. I'm gonna remember how to use Foundry here in a quick moment.
Oh man, I don't know why, but it won't like put the buff icon like super big over top my character. I don't know if that got changed though.
Yeah, I think I was having trouble with that the other day with Apollo. This one, I think, get him out of right here. These artillery.
These artillery.
Gonna move up here to position. Bring it to the turn of this guy who can see Fair Tear. Need to remember how far these can move. All right, that's some move. Going to move 50-ish feet out to here.
Wait, sorry, the fog just move?
Basically.
Okay.
And it will get visual.
No, I just see like these white bits just moving when you drag the things around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, that's
I didn't know it was supposed to be like that.
It's a feature.
It's a feature, it's not a bug. Bringing to Siltorin's turn.
Move up this. I don't think my vision bubble moved.
I like how when you moved, it looked like a big cloud moved with you on my screen. Oh, there we
Mhm.
go.
Did. Yeah, my vision did not move at all when I moved.
It might be because it's overlapping with Mistress.
Oh, maybe.
She is
thought.
further out.
Oh.
It's a unique vision formula, basically.
No, I understand. I'm just like, we can see through the tank's eyes, but not like Mistra's. Or is that
Yeah, you can see through Mistress.
as far?
Yeah, that's
Like if I move Mistra here.
Oh, she just can't see very far.
By
Maybe.
comparison.
I don't know. You're right. Is that a guy? An undeady guy?
You do indeed see the shambling guy. He looks what I would classify as about as low as they get. Gruntiest of grunts.
Also, try like unselecting and reselecting yourself. There was something weird with the fog of war for the guy with the flashlight earlier.
I can't click off.
All right, well, you gotta do the
It-
drag and drop
Right.
with the drag.
Yeah, the easiest way is
Dungeons
just
and
to
drag and drop.
do a quick
Yep.
drag to next to it.
Cool. I'm gonna shoot that guy then.
Cool.
It's neutral.
Sure is.
I don't care. I'll do what Malice would do. I'm a sharpshooter.
And you hit 8 AC.
Probably not. I haven't rolled well in like 8 or 9 combats. Never mind.
This is pretty cool, by the way.
I'm glad it's pretty cool. Alright, that'll definitely splat it in a single shot.
Oh. I have nothing else to shoot.
Well,
I shoot Mistra. No.
Mm.
I'll shoot at its dead body just to make sure.
cool. Disadvantage.
Seems like a 10.
That hits. Alright. Really wish we could do the big thing so I could actually put the big skull on them. I'm just gonna drag them like... I know
Did
what
you
I'll
try
do.
right-clicking it?
Yes.
Okay. Making sure.
Try it again though.
What are you trying to do, Coop?
Trying to, well, like you said, where you can't put the big thing over them.
Oh, the big buff, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will
I can
rotate
right-clicking
them to indicate they're down. Actually,
Yeah, because it would like it keeps putting like an orange box around it, but it doesn't do anything other than that.
Alright, that be it for Siltorin?
Sure. Yes.
Alright. We're gonna go.
Oh wait.
Mhm.
Just in case there's any bony guys, I'm gonna bonus action swap to the water bullets.
Sure.
The water deluge ship.
Yep. That's the
Yep.
one.
Because, you know, zombies don't like water. I've played Zombies Ate My Neighbors, and
Mhm.
you literally win with water pistols.
We're gonna say that Lieutenant Cobb is in this
Yep.
APC at 18.10 initiative.
It says I lack permission to update combatants, and then it says a bunch of random numbers.
Well, it's just sounds accurate, honestly.
Is that what it shows to you?
No.
Okay. That just doesn't when I try to have the the skull cover Mistra.
Gotcha.
The small one doesn't show up either.
Roth, you'll hear a message on your radio. I'll have the APC stand by here. If any of you need a boost, we'll just hop on board. We'll ferry you towards the battlefield. Further in.
Perfect timing.
So basically, the APC will prepare a move whenever you guys want.
I relay that to the everybody. Hank and I are getting in.
Hank should be able to squeeze in himself at large size, just kind of a cramp.
Oh, okay.
Assuming there's not too many other people trying to get in at the same time.
Oops.
Alright, Hank is loaded.
And he's gonna prep a move for when the vehicle stops
Cool.
next.
We'll say the way this works is after the APCs move and you get unloaded out to an adjacent square, you can either have a prepared action or a prepared move ready to go. Alright. Hank is jacked and loaded.
Mm-hmm.
That guy, okay. Okay. We should cheer this
Something tells me this initiative is fucking enormous.
might be. This artillery is going to shoot up just a beat. Tank going to ride its way over to here. Okay. From there, someone will sally forth.
Tally ho!
I need a BRB. Coconuts, can you shoot for me if my turn comes back?
Yeah.
What a good friend.
Jesus, take the trigger.
Mistra, you'll see on the something at the very outskirts of your vision appears to be walking on the bridge. You feel it's weird to feel because you're not.
down.
It's
How
like
deep does
Jurassic
the
Park
water
3.
The rockets.
That's a good question, though.
What's up?
Is that water... Is there a cliff there, or is that water just like a few inches below the bridge?
That bridge. I will check the notes on this area. The bridge is like just a few inches above the water. It's not a.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. From this side, the only side of the bridge you can currently see, it's sort of like a shoal. It sort of comes up onto it and just gradually goes in. It's
Okay.
gradually becoming, best Mister can see, it's like maybe it's like 5 to 8 feet deep. Not super deep.
Plenty for Snap to drown in.
It's more than 2 inches.
Mm-hmm.
Right, rocket's gonna move up. Bring it to the turn of not you. This guy. Whoa.
The 2 inches thing is really silly.
Basically just whatever's enough to cover your nose.
Yeah. Right, but the volume also matters. Like you could put 2 inches of water in a glass and you're not gonna drown in that.
True.
So like, what volume are they talking about?
At some point you gotta have enough to actually get into your lungs and, do that.
Right.
We'll
What I'm
bring
saying
it
is
to Thorolf's
the
turn.
number of inches is irrelevant.
Right. But it's the amount of cubic inches.
Throth's gonna get in the APC. Was anybody, Throth, yelled to everybody, was anybody gonna join in this APC? Going once. Going twice.
You're right there, Midir.
Alright, APC's going.
Alright. He's gonna move. Alright, you want it to move its full length?
Yeah, but get to the road first.
Right. It's on treads, so it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah, you were able to see there's a Zamboni. You wanted to pop you out near there?
Yeah.
Alright. He's left you behind. Right. There you go. You can pop yourselves out. Wherever's around there.
Oh, that's what you meant about the cloud around you.
Right.
Alright. Hank is gonna use his movement first. He's gonna move about up here. And man, he can't see anything, apparently. He's just gonna go over there. And Thoroth is gonna... Can you just pop me out right here since that's still next to the APC? Hello?
Yeah, just 5 feet adjacent to it.
Perfect. I'm gonna whop a dude.
Whop him. That certainly hits for some damage.
Which is bonus action. I need a strength save.
He's not very good at those. You have potent spellcasting, right? Not the other one. I don't remember which one Grey Cleric gets.
For what?
The one where you either get the cantrip.
Yeah, I've got potent spellcasting.
Awesome. That's definitely a fair.
Damage with cleric cantrip. Yeah.
That's definitely a.
Nice. 28.
All right, he'll kind of collide into his cohort over here and be fallen.
Nice.
All right. Maybe all for Bruh.
Yeah.
All right. Some.
Well,
mhm.
I guess actually, can I have? So you technically said that I could hold an action, but the Thunderous Impact was a bonus action.
Oh well, yeah. Since it was on your turn, still that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just if you
Oh,
load.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah, but if you like loaded in and waited for somebody else, you'd need to just make basically a ready action.
Okay.
Okay. Something that is at the very cusp of the vision. Needs to be something big.
Oh, well, actually, if that's the case, I didn't use all my movement, so I'll just go ahead and
Not true.
move up here next to Hank.
Awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and say that's gonna pretty much put you able to see a dude, a big dude. Maybe not all of him, but you can see a leg.
Mm.
All right. All right. Fix this right quick. Right on. Hank will have something blasted at him.
I do have a question about that though,
Mhm.
because he has blind sight. Is that irrelevant in this fog?
It is factored into his vision.
Okay. Okay.
Should be. It's 10 feet, right?
Yeah.
I think that's right. An 18 to hit on Hank.
That will hit.
All right. Some from the foggy ether. Some blast of purple crackling necrotic energy comes and collides into him. Another one comes his way as well. Which will miss. Excellent.
Egg salad.
Right. Something will scurry the way. Entering the fray. Another lumbering dude who will... If this hits, then it's gonna be a sad time. Sure does not. Excellent. Alright, that's it for the lowly one's turn. Up next, it brings us to the turn of... Gearfried will be up next.
Can I run through these units, or...?
You can certainly do the thing with the tumbles and whatnot.
Okay.
Oh, the Gearfried running through allies, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Then he will dash and move up here. Go a little bit too far.
It is difficult terrain on that gravel.
Yeah, that's why he dashed.
On his gravelly belly.
Oh, his tummy.
It's basically a belly scratch.
And he will prepare a acid splash if he sees something on the bridge.
Did he have to dash
Oh
up
no,
there?
he used his action. Yeah, sorry.
Cool. Alright. Some dude. Some other dude. Some other dude. Some other dude. Some other dude, and a tank. The tank will move up here and will attempt to check its range on its blast. Sure, it'll take a shot at this Zambo to the right of Hank. Rat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat-a.
You mean to the left of Hank?
To the left of Hank, yep. That'll somehow miss.
Man.
On Fort.
How? How do you?
How do you miss 8 AC? By rolling 7? No. Do it. Okay. Right. That'll bring us to another tank who will attempt to do maybe better. It'll fire its gun.
Be better.
Now that
That's
one will
better.
hit. And we'll actually carve up the zombie next tank pretty good bit. Cool.
Nice.
Stuff.
Things and stuff.
A guy.
Guys and things and stuff.
Guy will run up. I should have uninvised him before he ran up. But it appears to be a white guy. He will take out his long sword and be a little confuddled at first.
Lot confuddled.
Get wrecked,
Oof.
kid.
And yeah, it kind of realizes that, wait, this isn't a fleshy thing for me to eat. So his half-hearted swings are all for naught. Also, mechanically, it is technically around, like, midday. However, it is heckin' overcast, so there's no, like, sunlight real things going on. As far as sensitivities and whatnot.
Sure.
APC number this one will be ready to move out if someone follows for it. Bringing us to Madeir's turn.
I like how I do leg day to not be a slow lizard, and I become a slow lizard in a completely different manner.
I mean, you literally could have hopped in the APC. You can hop in this APC right now. It's ready to move. It can move you 120 feet wherever you want to go.
Mine only moved 105. But there were dudes there.
Right. The APCs are technically armored, but can definitely be, exploded. They get hit enough, which is not what you want.
You know what? I'll hop into this APC and go this way.
Okay. She will move him out with you in tow, and you can move yourself where, well, maybe one over, so it's not, crowd. You can unload yourself wherever you want, and you've got basically your full turn.
Yep, look at all the clouds. It's so weird.
See, now that everyone's dispersed, the fog is a little less, covering people up.
Mm.
You, in fact, do see, with your considerable perception, you see a big dude, which I would say is large, holding some big spiked stick. You will actually see this guy as well, as a guy in the back. Who are on, all in viz, so as not to show him on the turn order.
Oh, the chonker.
You have your full turn.
Big thickums.
What do?
What do? Madeir.
Oh.
Thinking.
Oh, would I still have an action this turn?
Yeah, you still have your full turn. You've used like maybe 5 feet of movement technically.
Okay, You could play risky. It's been so long since I played the game, I don't remember what Spirit Guardian's radius is. Oh
15
no.
feet.
The good thing about it is, if we check Spirit Guardians. Oh, right, there's literally every spell on the sheet. Or at least there will be when I stop being a nonce. Sure. You can technically see all of your allied forces. For the purposes of designating them immune to Spirit Guardians.
True.
I'm going to move up. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to cast L Spirit Guardians.
Alright. 15-foot aura, is it?
Boy howdy, it sure is.
Cool. What color is your Spirit Guardians? They're yellow for cheese, right?
I was just about to say yellow for cheese.
What's the cheesiest color we can get here? It's like a pretty good cheese color. Right, maybe not that opaque.
I'd go like a faded yellow. It's more like a weird gold.
In fact, I'll make it one.
Oh.
I like how that didn't roll either.
Well, it's because it's not supposed to. I don't remember what the alt roll for it is, but you've got the repeat for when someone starts returning it.
Oh yeah, I don't have the repeat set up.
Right, just it should be on the published spells. I'm gonna delete the thing because that's not gonna move with you. Where's the aura will?
Alright.
Alright, any bonus action?
Nope.
Alright, top of round. This guy literally rolled a... This guy literally rolled a 1.06. Okay, good.
There's something in this music that sounds exactly like my front door being opened. And so like every 15 seconds or so.
I know that feeling. in a Path of Exile, there's a sound in there that sounds like my phone ringing. In one of the
Rockets
tracks,
moves
so
up.
every once in a while I'm just like,
Mistra.
wait.
Miss Halazar, the bridge awaits.
All right. Is like
The bridge is
what
like
is it an action to put Gearfried in the PET?
I think so. Find out.
It doesn't say.
If I didn't say, then yes, it's an action.
All right. I will put Gearfried in the PET so he does not burn down the bridge.
He could swim.
He is in. He is in acid mode.
It's fine.
Does he have a? Does he has the defined swim speed, or is it?
He has 30 feet of swim speed.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Then I would have Gearfried swim adjacent to me.
Okay.
Let's see.
You're keenly aware that this water is more than 2 inches.
Here's another.
I see it, Zamboni.
As a protective mother.
Okay, I moved 15 feet. Wait, so sorry, how high up is the bridge?
Bridge is like maybe 2-3 inches off the surface of the water.
Oh, okay. Yeah, take it. The water isn't too deep.
Yeah, it's not too deep.
Okay. Alright, then I will.
You're in no danger of if you fall into it, unless you know it's like poison water.
Yeah, God forbid it's poison water. Fucking.
In Kefka.
Dang you zombies.
Fucking Flint.
It is Michigan after all.
Oh.
Yeah. I will blast the Zamboni with a Fireboto.
Right, you might well hit him with 8 AC.
I fucking hope so. I have like a +10.
Looks like he is
Ooh.
almost entirely roasted.
Alright, and then I'll just. You know what? That's it. That's my
Alright.
turn.
Now that I actually can see where these individuals are on the map.
Oh, well, I never fixed that I have a +1 to my attack, my spell attacks, right? I don't think we ever fixed that.
Oh, for like the 1 to the... What's it?
Yeah.
I don't believe we did, yeah.
Okay.
Right. Good thing is there's no vision on that guy. That's good. That's good. That's good. Tier. See that some of your allies are moving kind of right with the vehicles, and Mistra at least appears to be trying to maybe go for some sort of a pincer attack. I'm sure there's a strategy in there somewhere.
I just assume yes.
Well, Tyr step forward up this way just in case Mr. went too far. Maybe I could shield of faith. So
I have
Tyr
my
would
own
be keeping an
shields.
eye and would see the fight on the Zombo. So he's gonna do some bangs to try and help out.
Ambo appears pretty weak. That's a hit. Or exactly enough.
Dude, Tyr's gun.
That good old weak damage. Oh, what the?
Man, you really don't have a
Oh,
lot
I
of
had tier
evolution.
selected while I was that on too.
How did that happen?
Looks like
I
Tyr
had
tripped in
tier and the
rocks.
zombie selected when I read it
I
to show
think my
its dead.
mouse wheel acted up. It moved so much, I was just like, what? Yeah, my mouse wheel's a little.
He was rolling around at the speed of sound.
And I'm gonna shoot Big Boy,
Okay.
seeing as there's no clear threats over there with Mr. at the moment.
That's disadvantage at 75 feet.
Oh, I thought this gun actually has really good range. Not insane range, but good range. Oh no, it is 60 to 240.
That's what I saw on the sheet there, or on the roll.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I can see it at the bottom.
Yay for Foundry. That guy is exactly 60 feet away.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot that guy up there then.
Cool.
That's a little bit smarter than.
15 will hit. Chips him a little bit.
You took that out of my health, I think.
How do I keep having you selected?
I just lost 10 health.
What?
Good.
Well, I'm just gonna.
Go ahead, you should be at full.
I'm just gonna fix that real quick.
Okay.
I like saw you just go, and I was looking at my character. And I'm like,
Oh,
wait,
that's the total damage you did, so yeah, that makes sense. I guess you were selected at the same time.
oh well.
Good to know. We'll make sure we don't blunder that.
I forget how much movement I already did. It was like 30, right?
Sounds about right. Some of it was difficult terrain, so that's probably about as far as you can go with your normal move.
Normal movement. Okay, then I will end here.
I'm gonna try to turn a thing. No. Let's see. This guy has. I'm gonna have this. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, this guy instead then is just gonna move. I like how there's one like little square right here in the middle. It's technically out of everyone's vision.
Yeah, when I moved and that appeared, that definitely bugged me.
The Artley is gonna move over to there. Bring it to. Oh wait, that is the wrong one. Okay, in that case, changes
I
things.
see that square.
Right. This Artley is going to raise up its cannon. Is going to fire onto the big ogre zombie.
You go, gal.
Smacking into him for, I believe, 25 biggins.
Nice.
Hopefully
Very
this
good.
doesn't come out of Tyr's health. Okay. Also did not come out of the artillery's health. Good.
Like so, I forgot to check. I'm like, oh shit.
Alright, several things later. A medium tank is roll up. Right. Followed by the other artillery, which will in fact move through there. The reconnaissance going to scoot up, kind of like here-ish. But won't actually provide that much more because Medeir's there. It will fire on this undead zombie who's to the left of Hank with its machine gun.
Man, I'm so upset I don't have drawing tools on this map.
And that will be exactly enough to take it out.
I was about to hit everybody
Nice.
so hard.
Make sure we can not rotate everybody. Good. Bring it to Siltorin's turn if lost back from BRB. Probably is.
Nope.
Apparently not. Alright.
Well,
Siltorin is. I don't actually have control of
I
his
was muted the whole time. Sorry.
Hey, there you go.
Well,
then it's fine that I don't have control of his sheet.
I am going to I've been back since Medeir's turn.
Nice.
kind of expected as much.
Oh, welcome back.
That looks like a special, different lady. So I want to shoot her.
Sure, this
she's
one up. Yep, here to
different.
top right. She's different. Shoot her.
She's different, and that's scary.
$130 feet away. Sounds like perfect range.
Sorry, I had to thing. I'm gonna shoot in the with the water because she's a zombie. I'm gonna move here just to be away from Gearfried.
He's got cooties.
Well, he also might be a target.
Hmm.
I'm gonna shoot her with sharpshooter first. which might be a 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
I hit 10.
Does she seem at all affected by the necrotic portion of my
Kind of hard to tell, but as far as you can tell, yeah, at least a little bit.
Okay. Let's do it again. That's 3 single-digit numbers. A 10.
A 10. Well, that won't quite get it.
Okay, fair.
All right. That'll bring it to Apsis's turn.
Yeah. Also, that piercing was bludgeoning, just in case it matters. Also, water,
Sure was,
just in case it matters.
but not holy water.
Right.
Haven't found
If
the.
we had a cleric with a god, it
Unfortunately,
might
she's
be
not made of
possible. Oh, she's looking pretty lit from here, but I'm also far away, so.
All right. Speaking of far away, the APC will move in the back, just in case folks want to load up in the future. Actually, it's not going to move that far back because of something. All right, honk.
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 Polymorph
Let's
Hank
see if this
into a
works.
goose. He turned into Honk.
Honk.
Was the a goose?
Yeah, that's.
Did you just
What
say
I
that? I wasn't
just-
listening.
Yeah.
I said,
was
yeah.
not
If we
listening at all.
polymorph Hank into a goose, he'd be Honk.
Oh.
And then you said, "What is he, a goose?" And that's exactly
Was-
what happened.
Like I was saying, wasn't listening.
I don't think this boy here is he in the Spirit Guardians?
Not quite.
Great. Hank is gonna actually. Hank's gonna grapple him.
Okay.
Gravel.
Hank's gonna give it to you.
Gonna gravel him?
Grapple him.
Grapple him into the gravel.
As opposed to Apollo, who might gavel him?
Balls.
Well, he will make for the strength check.
Hey,
Or
you never
decked.
know. Ooh.
Yeah, well.
Oof.
All right, he's gonna punch him instead.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, baby! Guess who gets a
Smack.
shining explosion too?
Noise.
What are you out here smiting with your robot?
Robert.
Come on, save. Oh boy, they're good at those.
There we go.
Yeah, well, they sure are. However, that will certainly be enough with the crit damage to bringeth him down.
Nice. And Hank will chill.
Alright. 2. Somebody's turn.
Somebody.
You may or may
If
not
I give
be.
Gearfree a Pompadour, can I make a metal bat?
Maybe. This Artley is going to move up a wee smidge. It's I want to edge the gravel where it doesn't really want to go, but you know. These tank ride. What do we got? And it is going to see this thing over here looking pretty weak. It is going to fire. We're gonna see if it knows a thing. It does. It's going to fire a cannon. Not
Mhm.
double.
Is it able?
It's gonna give it a shot. Beautiful.
Hell yeah. Look at
All
that
right.
fucking damage.
Some of the tank shell does seem to not dig in super deep. However, it was sufficiently weakened from Ziltoran's shot that it falls over.
Nice.
Did I only shoot once? No.
You only hit once.
Fair.
Shot twice.
Yeah, I have revisionist memory. I only
Right.
remember the hits.
Right.
Like a pop star.
That's not the right one. That's actually an accurate icon, but it's the wrong one. Okay. Good. That will bring it to... That guy's dead. That guy is... Alright, technically they're all dead, but you know. Alright, this rockets is going to follow along on the road. That's enough vision. Nope, sure is not. Awesome. Who is the dead, I believe. Yep. Oh, that's right. I can just click him right there. Awesome. Does that say mark deceased? Oh, no, it says mark defeated. This zombie is
Gonna make a con save.
gonna do wisdom save.
Wisdom save? It's gonna make a save.
Or split guardians, and that'll be a fail, I believe, Mr. the Malice.
You know how you said you're just going to delete the icon that uses the repeat?
No. Do you not have the repeat thing? It's there, at the top of your sheet.
It's not working. No item is known with that ID on active.
Work for me.
Weird, and also I cast at 5th level, not 3rd.
Well, you can certainly roll the extra d8 yourself then. Well,
Yeah, we got this. Okay.
you upcast that, right? So you get an extra.
Yeah, I get 2d8.
That has a moderate chance to just kill him. And in fact, I believe. Oh no, I think it deducted from you too. In fact, that will toast him at the start of his turn. Well job. Yeah.
Alright. Now I just need to test something.
Testing.
Okay. I don't know why that didn't work earlier. Whatever.
Huh. You can
Good done.
I'll like copy and paste that if you want a 5th level one too.
Yes, please. 5th and 4th. I probably won't cast
Actually,
it.
probably the best thing to do would be an alt roll. I'll fix that up in a sec. Dude guy's turn. Tharath's turn.
I don't know if it'll be easier to just do it like how I did my.
Faroth McDude man.
Dude, guys didn't want to actually do anything.
They may have been very far off.
Yeah, okay. Tarat is gonna, first of all, one of these. Woohoo!
Ooh.
Well.
Cookie crisp.
Ooh, cookie crisp. I think we are going to,
Testing.
you see this white?
No, I don't.
You see this white guy?
I see that white guy, yes. Okay, Malice, if you alt roll, it should do 5th level now.
I want to get rid of him. I want him to roll a bunch of saves.
Okay.
No.
Alright.
I see all the states I want to add into it.
Those were terrible damage rolls.
Well, get the dice. It's going to be all failed. Awesome.
Nice, which is 16, which is 39 lightning.
You know what's cool? Being able to just click the apply damage button 4 times. All right, he is unfortunately barely standing up.
Okay. Then I'm going to.
Also, as it is knocking on 10:30, we'll probably end at the end of this round.
Cool. I'm gonna move. Move over to here.
Alrighty then.
Up next to him.
Really cools. Brings it to. You can see this guy, right? Why is he still grayed out on the thing? Okay. Well, this guy is going to move up, and he's gonna, I guess, technically go for the flank. Not necessarily something he intended to do, but it's there anyway.
Did you roll a wisdom save?
He is going to roll one. At least he's going to roll one now. Go ahead and do us up, Mally. He's defo gonna fail it.
Correct. Ah! Dang.
Big boy damage. He's still up though. He brings down a Murning Stir towards the Wrath. 25 to hit. 14.
25 does in fact hit.
Well. What's cool is you can do, like, if you did the thing with Hank, right? You can just, like, apply half to yourself and then half to Hank, too.
That's exactly what I just did.
Pretty cool. That's it for Ogre Zombie. Ogre Zombie. Alright. This is the guy. Right, that guy is the dead, not dead. Dude. That's gonna do. Right. I'm just gonna make a. It's gonna be a check.
I'll say he's gonna make a check. Oh,
well,
baby.
whatever he did, it wasn't helpful. Bringing it to. This is where a lot of them go.
Oh, poor Gearfree's never gonna get his turn.
Brings us to. Oh wait. A bully approaches.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
He run at that you. The good thing is he ran out of movement just in time. Also, mister, you can now see on the other side of this creek, it's more of a sheer drop-off a little bit. It's more,
Yeah.
it's not much. It's like maybe a foot and a half from the water to the surface.
Okay.
As opposed to the gradual incline of the sandiness sandbar. Garfred.
Garfield.
Would definitely be able to swim alongside the bridge and bite somebody on it if you're curious.
Gearfried, since he's a teenager and so always hungry, mumbles, lasagna.
So that's 20 feet?
And he moved into the water.
Okay, his name's Gearfried, not Gearfield.
Alright, if we're gonna be dyslexic, we're gonna be all the way dyslexic.
Yeah. We don't do anything halfsies.
Yeah, that looks like 10 feet to me.
Sure does.
So I'm fucking have Gearfried, like, his tail just whip out of the water and smack that guy. I think, I don't know, is his extra attack he has to do a weapon and tail attack?
So let's see, does he have, I think he has
It's like
multi-attack at this level, right?
Serpent's
Or
Pass.
extra attack. So yeah, basically he can do any two of his attack actions, basically.
Oh, okay. So I'll have him whip his tail at the Ghoulie.
Cool. That, I believe, will be a
Would be
heat.
good.
And then he does Garple.
He's gurgled.
Is he Gurpled?
Skirbled. I guess he's actually restrained.
Or stranded?
Yeah, 3 stranding.
But he can't hit him with another tail attack.
Is he able to automatically hit with the tail attack?
Oh wait,
think that is how it works.
Oh, but he can't make other tail attacks against other creatures. Okay, so I'll just roll the damage again then, but
Sure. I think that's how it works for the Slamanders.
thankfully you can just roll the damage.
Until this grapple ends, the target is restrained. The salamander can automatically hit the target with its tail and can't make tail attacks against other targets. So
Alright,
yes.
so that's... Bush did it for the first one, and then for the repeat it's 18.
Okie dokie. That will be enough to make him go splurt.
Nice.
With the bodies hit the
The
bridge.
bully got splurted.
It'd be cooler if it was like in a fucking ocean and not like water that Gearfried can take up most of.
Yeah.
It's like the sea serpent from Avatar, but you put it in like a kiddie pool.
I did just
There
say
wa-
he was like the serpent from Serpent's Pass.
Oh, well...
There was that time
never
we
mind.
fought like a miniature kraken in a pool.
True.
Not knowing what to do.
Do.
Now Gearfried needs... Yeah, that's the end of his turn. But he needs to work on like putting like grabbing the baseball bat with his tail, so he can just bonk people from far away.
Ooh. Long range bonk. A Tonk is going to drive him up, not that far. Is going to fire its cannon at the big boy.
Big thickums.
That'll hit.
Ooh.
Big McThickums.
Bamboo not good at dodge. Also not resistant to non-magical damage, I believe. These ones are. Sure or not. Alright, good. Let's see, this guy. Right, is a thing. This recon. I feel like this recon is not moved like at all.
You're correct.
It's gonna just make a drive up here. Made a heckin' drive. This guy is that. This tank is going to shoot through folks, and he's gonna go for the guns on the big dude. Well, he got him. Did he do enough? Yes, he did. So the ogre Jambu falls over. As
Nice.
bullets shred its decrepit skin.
Nice.
Bringing it to an Apsis. Oh no, bringing it to a White's turn, who is I believe just gonna die as he's in Spirit Guardians, and has 6 hit points left. So I'm not even gonna make Malice roll for that.
Yep. 5d8.
I would have to roll 5 ones.
You sure would. Could you do it? I believe in you.
If anyone could, it'd be Malice.
Yep.
You know what?
Feels painfully
been-
left out.
I feel taunted. I'm going to just say
I
I have more faith in me rolling 5 ones than Melly.
have faith in Blah rolling 5 ones. Well, that was definitely more what you needed and more. All right, this APC is going to hold position, so it's ready to move.
Armor-piercing chariot.
Yep. Bringing it to Midir's turn is the last turn of the night.
I feel so slow. I whistle that APC to come my way.
Well, you can literally run over to it right quick.
Yeah, but it's backwards.
Okay, but then he can move 120 feet.
Yeah, but it's backwards.
Yoink.
Alright, you're loading in, and where do you want it to go?
We go big or go home.
Alright. Alright. Just gonna kind of, this 45 footage to there. There's 90 feet. Kind of looking out the side with it so you'll be able to see. you make visuals. I can drag. There we go. You make visuals on a couple of dudes.
Opla.
You can still drive it further if you want to.
Nah, I actually tell it to go back a little bit.
Alright. Drifts into reverse.
Reverse.
On. Is that about good?
Yep.
Alright. You can pop out and potentially have a little bit of movement left.
Yeah, I used 15, so I should have about 20 left.
Sure. That's how math works.
That should be good enough to what I want.
Alrighty.
Look at the clerk being a frontliner like he always tries to be.
Basically a flashlight right now. Alright. Well, this is where we should pick off with possibly quite a few. In fact, you can't really tell how tall up the map goes unless you cheat.
I've always cheated.
Okay. Alright. Well, we found out some information on the person who theoretically gave this entire campaign and started it. And now there's a big battle against some undead folks going on. So we'll see you guys next week. Later days.